Good morning, Year 6. We are carrying on with multiplying decimals today. We are going to make it slightly harder. Before we carry on, you've got a starter over on Purple Mash, and I also want to start off with a quick recap. So I want you to pause the video and have a go at these calculations, and we'll go through the answers. So let's just go through our recap. So the first one, we've got 2 tenths times 4 gives us 8 tenths, 0.8. 0.3 times 2 gives us 0.6, 6 tenths. And 1.2 times 3 gives us 3.6, 3 wholes and 6 tenths. So we are making it slightly harder today. Have a look at these calculations and see if you can decide what's similar to what we were doing yesterday, so what's the same, and what's different. So here's our calculations. You have 0.4 times by 3, and 1.2 times 8. So think about what's the same as what we were doing on Friday and what's different this time. As we work through, hopefully we find out what's different. So here's our first one, 0.4 times by 3. So we've got 3 lots of 4 tenths. So there's a few ways that we can write this. Imagine we're in our place value grid, so we've got our decimal point and these are our tenths. I've got 4 tenths, so 0.4, 4 tenths, and I've got it 3 times. So in total, I have 12 tenths. 3 lots of 4 tenths is 12 tenths. Well, hopefully we remember, I can't fit 12 tenths in my tenths column. Okay, so that's the max we've got. Once we've got over 10 tenths, we can group those together. So 4, 8, 9, 10. I can group my 10 tenths together and I exchange them for 1 whole. 10 tenths is the same as 1 whole. So then I've got 1 whole, and then left over I've got 2 tenths. So my answer would be 1.2. Now hopefully that's made it a bit clearer of what's different from Friday, is that this time we're going to be needing to do some exchanging. So it's exactly the same process of multiplying our decimals, but this time we're going to have to start exchanging. So rather than just 4 times 2, which gives us 8 tenths, this time we've got 3 lots of 4 tenths, which gives us 12, so we have to exchange. Now just like before, there's another way that we can do this. We can make our number 10 times bigger. So we can think about this as 4 times by 3, which gives us 12. But remember, we've adjusted our calculation. So from 0.4 to 4, I have timesed it by 10, made it 10 times bigger. And so that means my answer is 10 times too big. So I need to divide that now by 10. And remember, that just means that we're moving one place to the right. So my answer would be exactly the same, 1.2. Okay, let's have a look at this one, doing the same thing. So we've got 1.2 times 8. Now it's slightly different because I've got a whole number. So we could partition this and we can think about, well, 1 times by 8 is 8. And then 0.2, or 2 tenths times 8, well, 2 tenths times 8 is, or 8 lots of 2 tenths, is 16 tenths. We can even write that as a fraction, 16 tenths. That's an improper fraction. Again, I can't fit 16 tenths in here. So we exchange my 10 tenths for a whole, 1 whole, and 6 tenths are left, 1.6. Now I've got 8 wholes and 1.6. So I need to add those together. 8 ones plus 1 whole gives me 9 wholes. Decimal point, and then I've got 6 tenths left. So my answer is 9.6. Now again, we could do the same as this one here. I could turn this into 12 times by 8, so I've made it 10 times bigger. 12 times 8 gives us 96, and then we need to adjust our answer by dividing it by 10, which would give us 9.6 again. Using that, pause the video now and have a go at these calculations. We'll go through them together when you're finished. So to go through the answers, the first one, the answer should have been 8.16. The second one, 1.6. We could do that one in our head. And the third one, you needed to be careful of the place value, was 0.12. The next three are a little bit trickier. We've got more exchanging to do. So I think that it might be easier to turn this into 43 times by 4, but then be careful because you need to adjust your answer. You've made this 100 times bigger, 100 times bigger. So you need to divide your answer by 100. And the answer that you should have got for that is 1.72. The next one, so you could do it in a slightly different way. This time you've got 2 wholes and 43 hundredths. So we could do, well, 4 times 2 gives us 8. 4.3 times 4 we know is 1.72. So we could add those together. So it would give us 9.72. And this time you've got 5 wholes and 43 hundredths, but this time we're multiplying by 6. So it's going to give us a much bigger number. So again, I think that I would have made this 100 times bigger. So you've got 543 multiplied by 6, and then divide your answer by 100 again, so make it 100 times smaller. The answer you should have got for that one is 32.58. Well done if you got those. That's all for today. Your task is over on Purple Mash. Really think about your place value today. I think that's where you need to be careful. So if you're dividing by 10, timesing by 10, then you need to divide your answer by 10 or by 100 and so forth. So try your best. Please let me know how you get on and we'll continue tomorrow.